A Spokane police detective with a long list of misconduct with the department has officially been terminated. Back in January, Detective Jeff Harvey was charged with obstructing a fish and wildlife officer while Harvey and his sons were hunting on the Pion Prairie. KXLY4's Kylee Cruz joins us live from the Public Safety Building. And Kylee, Officer Harvey has a checkered past.
A troubled past that got started back in 1987, his first year on the job. Harvey rose to become a detective and was also the vice president of the Spokane Police Guild. But yesterday, he was hand-delivered this 10-page termination letter detailing his 20-plus years of misconduct on the job. Suspension, harassment, oral and written reprimand. 24-year police veteran Jeff Harvey has had a long history of misconduct. Misconduct stemming back to his early days working for the police department. Back in 1995,
Jeff Harvey is a 7-year veteran of the Spokane Police Department.
KXLY did an investigation on Harvey.
His disciplinary history would be of concern to us.
Back then, Darren Fairs and his neighbors accused Harvey of needlessly shooting Fairs' dog while responding to a domestic violence complaint.
He didn't shoot him just once. He filled that dog full of holes, and it just, it wasn't the right way to deal with the situation.
1 month later, Harvey was cleared of wrongdoing. However, in the termination letter, we found a laundry list of misconduct. In 1987, Officer Harvey was suspended for 20 days after he broke a man's arm because he, quote, got to me. And then in the early 90s, he was put on suspension again for abusing sick leave. Then Police Chief Terry Mangan said Harvey called in sick and went hunting. Harvey was suspended or reprimanded at least 3 more times. And then came the January 22nd incident of this year, when Fish and Wildlife Officer Dave Spurback received a call that Harvey and his boys were hunting after hours. Spurback said Harvey refused his commands to allow the officer to interview the teens, and when Harvey physically blocked his path, the officer was forced to put the detective into a wrist hold and call for backup. In the end, the termination letter says, quote, the main goal of discipline is restoration rather than punishment. But in this case, the appropriate level of discipline is termination. Officer Spurback even wrote in his affidavit that when he learned Harvey was a detective, he, quote, was shocked that another police officer would treat another police officer the way he treated me. He also added that I feel the way Harvey acted was completely out of line for any citizen, let alone a fellow police officer. Reporting live, Kylee Cruz, KXLY4, HD News.